你好，
来，
你好，
你好。So 我们这是第一个 video， 然后我们的第一个视频就是来教大家如何做最简单的家庭意大利餐。然后我们有我们的意大利妈妈，Italian mama teaching us how to make real authentic
Italian food that I grew up with, and I can't wait to share with you all my wonderful dishes that remind me of my mom and of everything that I love in the kitchen. And I love sharing with my family, my friends, and now I get to share with you.
So 我们今天要做的是 Cannelloni， 就是我昨天晚上有去 Google， 然后呢就是意大利的春卷。那其实它还是像意大利面一样，所以它的 base 还是pasta。可是呢，它里面会卷不同的 filling。那我们今天会做一个肉的 ，and 一个 ricotta cheese and spinach， 就是菠菜。然后刚刚采购了一些东西，我们会把所有的食材 lay out， 然后让大家看。Okay, of course. First things first. They gotta get their drinks.
If we're gonna cook,
gotta have some of the bubbles.
yeah, we're gonna make sauce now too.
然后给大家看一下，这就是我们今天会用到的食材 ：spinach, eggs, and sausage。然后这个是荤的，所以是有肉的。And we'll also do 素的。然后 the sauce we're using
Remember DOP.
DOP, passata.
Passata
Just means strained tomatoes. I'm like, what is that?
Passed through.
Pass through.
Does that make sense? I don't know. That's what I
it
thought.
is.
Oh,
Passata
that
is.
makes so much sense.
It's a passata. Yeah.
Pass
Pass through, and it takes the skin.
所以这一个呢，就是就是番茄 sauce.
Hold it like makeup.
I did already. And then now 这边是一个 San Marzano tomato， 就是这个区域的 tomato， 然后一定是 DOP， 就是进口的。
Get it all on here. We're gonna start the sauce, and we're gonna start by I like using shallot in my sauce, and it's gonna be non-meat based. So it actually will go with both cannelloni that we're making. It'll go with the ricotta, but it'll also go with the sausage. Sometimes with sauces, if you do a meat sauce, it actually makes it really heavy. So I'm gonna start by making sure that we have olive oil in both pans.
Okay. I'm gonna move our camera over to the stove area.
Stove area.
So 这里有两个锅，然后一个呢是一个深一点的锅，然后一个浅一点的锅，然后里面呢都是 olive oil。OK，so 就是橄榄油。然后他刚刚有说这个 sauce 的话呢，就是我们今天的红酱，那是荤的也可以用，然后素的也可以用。里面呢现在第一步是红葱头，红葱头就是 shallots。
So I use the shallot.
Can you
peel
see?
it,
红葱头。
and we're gonna give it a little.
再我们来开
And
始热
we're gonna
锅
put the fan on because we need that. It's very loud. It's like that purple. It does though. It's perfect. So we're gonna get this heated up, and then we're gonna put our shallots in. Cheers! It's the best. So we're gonna put in our shallots.
Okay, so 再深一点的锅 ，so we put it in the deeper pan. Okay, can I get that wine?
Yeah.
来
So then.
，so 它会放 wine.
Don't buy cooking wine. You want to buy wine that you would actually drink. Because if you wouldn't drink it, then it's not going to make your food taste good. So I always like to buy, it's not an expensive bottle of wine, it's an inexpensive bottle of wine. So it actually is perfect for cooking, and you could drink it if you wanted to. So I'm going to put it in the pan with the olive oil now that the shallots have come up. I'm going to deglaze the pan a little bit and reduce the wine to give it a little bit more flavor to the sauce. Once this reduces, we're then going to put in our passata and we're gonna put in the Parmesan tomatoes. And my garlic I put in last. I like the garlic to boil in the sauce because sometimes what happens with garlic, if you make it go brown in the sauce, it actually changes the taste of the sauce, and it actually gives you a little bit of a bitter flavor.
Makes sense.
So you kind of don't want to have a bitter flavor to your sauce, and garlic tends to do that if it gets too brown.
OK, so 我来解释一下。Basically 我们刚刚热了锅，然后加了红葱头，然后后来呢，我们就把白酒加进去了。那白葡萄呢？他说不要买 cooking 的白葡萄，就它这一瓶不是很好的葡萄酒，可是会喝的，就是你可以拿来喝。所以他就说，如果你不拿来喝的话，为什么要拿来做菜 ？If you're not gonna drink it, why are you gonna cook it? 然后这个呢，它现在我们来放大看一下。你可以看得见，就是这个olive oil 和酒，其实它是分解的。现在，然后所以我们现在是想让酒来蒸发一下，就是它会 deglaze。Passata 就是过滤过的番茄酱。
And then with the passata, you always want to add a little water. Don't want to waste it.
We do that too.
Of course. Because why waste it? You shake the jar up, and you know what? Here we go, a little bit more.
我们也是这样子。
We'll take our Parmesan tomatoes, which are whole. So what I like to do is I take my hand and I crush them with my hand. And they're so soft and ripe. These are honestly the sweetest tomatoes you can get, and the reason why we go nuts for them is that they really do have a sweet, sweet flavor. You can actually eat these tomatoes out of the jar, and they're quite delicious.
Wow. So Parmesan 我们刚刚有说过是从一个意大利的省份，特定的省份，所以 Parmesan 省份里面会种出来的番茄。那这个番茄就很甜很甜，然后我们今天在这个意大利的超市有买到，那不是很多地方都有的，然后包括这个超市也不是经常有的。So that's why she stocked up， 她买了好多。
Love these tomatoes. We use them all the time, and we make sauce at least once a week with tomato sauce.
But like this sauce you can use for anything.
Anything. This is a beautiful pomodoro sauce that would be perfect with pasta. You want nice delicious spaghetti. Judy, kind of like what you did the other day, but without meat. You can do a nice meatless sauce. It's great when you have people over that don't eat meat. It's a nice alternative. It is vegan friendly.
So like in theory, if we made lasagna with this sauce instead too.
Right. It could be meatless.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So 我们现在把酱做出来之后呢，那他有说有很多东西你都可以拿来用。So 如果你只是想煮 pasta、煮 spaghetti 或者是千层面，都可以用这个。然后这个的话，里面就是没有肉的。So for vegetarians 或者是只是素食的人 ，vegan 现在有很多就可以用这个 sauce。How long do you bubble it for?
This sauce does not take a long time to cook. So 20 minutes is right.
But don't like some tomato sauces you have to cook for like hours?
Yes.
But is that a different style of making it? Oh, okay.
Usually it's all meat sauce, yeah. That day I let it like sit for like 40 minutes.
Oh yeah. Meat sauce though, when you cook sauce with meat, especially with bones in it, and you want to really boil it, it's at least 2 hours to cook.
Oh wow. I only did
So
40 minutes.
I don't like seeing my garlic in my sauce, actually, and we don't use a lot of garlic. So I take 1 clove of garlic, I take my grater, and I honestly grate the garlic right into the sauce. And this way, the garlic never tastes bitter. It actually comes out pretty smooth flavor. But the thing is, you never want to taste your sauce and taste garlic. It should just be a hidden flavor. It should never be the flavor that's the first thing you taste. The first thing you taste is the sauce. and the basil and the garlic combined, not separate.
So 他有说他不喜欢在他的酱里面看到蒜，那应该会有蒜味的香气，可是呢就不要看到蒜，所以他不会切蒜，他会用一个grater， 就是来把它磨进去，然后你这样就看不到了。Are you on high heat right now?
Yeah.
然后手现在是大火，一直都是大火。
We're going to bring it to a boil. We're also going to start to season the sauce. So, salt.
加盐，加很多盐 ，lots of salt. Pepper. 就是盐和胡椒，我觉得西餐有很多盐和胡椒。
And you can also do a few chili flakes. If you like it spicy, you could also add more. Judy, would you like to give the sauce a stir?
Judy will.
Okay, here we go. So we're going to take the basil and we're just going to give it a nice chiffonade. Nice thin slices. I love lots of basil in a sauce.
Smells so good.
I love basil. Like it smells so good.
It smells like it's spring in here right now.
So basil 呢，就是好像叫罗勒叶 ，or in Taiwan people call it 九层塔。那because we don't use a lot of basil in our cooking.
No.
In Chinese, no, but in Taiwan, so that they use a lot of basil. Taiwan cooking. I don't know why.
So now I'm going to put it in the sauce. That's it. When you're cooking the sausage, you're going to take it out of the casing.
那我们因为会用这个 sausage 里，就是香肠里面的这个here, let me try and move it so you can see it.
What we're doing.
这个香肠里面的肉，所以呢，我们会要从它的那个外面的表皮里面把肉给挤出来。Honestly， 你们现在闻不到这个香味，it smells so good. The sausage, like it's so flavorful. Like
Judy wants to eat it raw.
I dare you.
Right now.
raw, but like,
Just wants to eat it.
maybe after it's cooked, like
Okay,
like
I'll
in
let
the
you taste
pan.
it.
Wow, so you use all of them.
Just all of them.
But it cooks down a lot, right?
That's just fat in here. So it is going to reduce. And then we're going to grind it up too with the spinach.
Okay.
We're going to now take the meat, and there's fat in that pan. And I don't like my cannelloni with a lot of fat. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to drain it.
Okay, so 因为现在这个肉里面呢有很多的油，就是它现在就会放在一个 strainer， 就是一过滤。
Honestly, this is like the oldest food processor ever.
This is the first ever food processor.
In Canada.
I think I got it and I put in, now that the meat is drained, we're actually going to put it in the food processor. I don't like big chunks. We want it to be like a smoother.
Are you figuring
And then
it
we're
out?
going to put in one package of frozen spinach. That I squeezed, actually I squeezed more. You squeeze the water out, so you see that. You never want all that water in there because you want your filling to be, nice. You don't want it to be too wet.
Okay, so 我们现在呢就是在一个搅拌器里面，然后他刚刚有说这个搅拌器是他第一次结婚的时候1989年的搅拌器，然后到至今他还在用 ，so that's amazing， 比我还老的一个搅拌器。然后比我还老 like I'm saying the food processor is like older than me. Yeah. Like 比我还老的搅拌器。And then so we have 肉在下面，然后上面呢我们就放的是刚刚的冰冻的菠菜。 对，然后把水都挤出来。And there you go. 我们现在打鸡蛋进去，这样子的话，它会 bind together， 所以就是意思就是全部都混在一起，就不会那么干，因为它是馅啊，然后会需要它的 moisture from the egg。
So this one is a little easier because there's no cooking involved.
Oh.
But we're gonna actually put everything in. So we're gonna put, a little handful of fresh parsley. Fresh parsley has, just like basil, it just has a nice fresh flavor and it just adds a little extra. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that in there. We're gonna put our spinach in there.
Parsley,
Okay.
parsley, sure.
Then
I don't
we're
even
gonna-
know what parsley is. in
We're gonna
Chinese.
take our ricotta. It's nice and firm.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
And we're gonna
Wow.
put it in there.
新鲜的 ricotta，我们刚刚买
So
的。
delicious. Are we done? Judy, would you like to taste a little piece here? Here, Josh.
Yummy. That whole chunk. Okay.
So sweet.
There's nothing like fresh cheese.
So beautiful.
Oh my god, fresh，好甜哦！就是 I thought it would be like salty or something, but
No.
it's sweet.
It's very sweet. And then we're gonna get.
It's literally just like milk curds and they like press it, right? Isn't that what it is?
So we're gonna take some
This is
Parmigiano, little grated Parmigiano, and we're just gonna put it right in. I'm not gonna put too much. We're gonna wait and taste it after it grates. It grinds up together. How about
You
if
come into the
Josh
kitchen.
comes over here, and then Judy is gonna give the explanation in Chinese. So we're gonna start pasta. Now, people
I've been in the
people
pasta
make pasta different ways. This is your glass, okay, Judy, over here. So I like feeling the pasta by hand, and my rule of thumb is one egg is half a cup of flour.
One egg，一个鸡蛋，半杯面粉，half a cup of flour.
Yes.
Yes.
And you never want to overwork the flour, but you don't want to overwork the dough, but you don't want it to be too wet or too dry. So you have to feel it.
Okay.
So we're gonna start.
Rule of thumb. One
One egg is half a cup of flour.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get Josh.
To measure?
No, I'll do the flour.
Crack the
I'm
eggs.
gonna get you to crack eggs, and then you can mix them up.
Like beat it?
Yeah. I like pre-mixing my eggs before they go in the flour. I'm very
Now
neat
I'm
when I
on
make
the
my
floor.
dough.
I'm the audience now.
So how many cups of flour are we doing, Cindy?
So if I actually do a rule of thumb by how many eggs we're making
Okay, you go the
pasta,
other way around.
I go the other way around. So since we're making, two types of cannelloni, we want to actually have a good amount. So I would say let's do six eggs of pasta.
Okay.
Okay.
6个鸡蛋，我们今天做6个鸡蛋，因为我们有2种 cannelloni filling， 所以呢，我们现在就做6个鸡蛋 ，which is 3 cups of flours, right?
And that way,
Yeah.
the egg doesn't go anywhere.
And that's Cindy's whisk that she swears by.
Oh, I love that whisk. This all-clad whisk.
All clad.
All clad.
Best whisk I ever bought.
I just want to say we are not sponsored by All Clad
Yet.
yet. 我们现在没有 All Clad sponsoring,
Actually, you know what?
okay?
Let's do 7 eggs. 1 egg just for good luck. Here we go. There you go.
Okay. 1 egg for good luck.
I don't know if this bowl is big enough for 7 eggs to whisk, but
Oh yeah? Is it not?
Nah, you're good.
Ah, you're fine. part well, okay? And that's where we're gonna put the eggs.
OK， so 在一个大的盆子里面呢，我们划一个小小的洞 ，OK？
Then we're gonna pour it right in.
我们加鸡蛋。那Italian pasta 跟中国的面条不一样的，我们就是不放水，放的是鸡蛋。Chinese noodles we use water instead of eggs.
So it's the same thing. You could use water with semolina pasta if you wanted to, but egg noodle is so much better. So then what we do is you have this well, and now you're gonna start incorporating the flour into the egg.
Very lightly.
Very lightly. You never want to overwork the gluten. You want it to wake up. So we got to wake up the gluten. Say hello.
Gluten.
Gluten in the
Hello.
flour.
Gluten. What is gluten again in Chinese?
You're not asking the right one.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, well.
It's what's in the flour that makes
Ni
it
hao
work.
gluten.
Ni hao gluten.
Hello, gluten.
gluten.
So we want to just start by bringing it all together. See? Nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
See, you see it's working, right?
Yeah.
It's all working. And it's all about the feel of flour.
Intense. I love how the music just got intense.
A little intense here. So, actually, the fan is going to come back on, unfortunately.
Yeah,
because I have to
because we
put the
have
water
to-
on. We got to put.
So 我们现在开始烧水，在一个大的 pot 里面。来，我来给大家看一下，那个锅有很大
Do
很
you
大。
use this middle one for like a griddle?
Randy pancakes and stuff.
Yeah, so 我们用一个很大的锅。
Okay, now we're gonna start the pasta making. And when we're making it, we're gonna try to stay uniform with the pieces of pasta because you kind of want your uniform pasta, but it's sometimes challenged. And it's okay. We're doing it at home and it doesn't matter as long as it tastes really good. So you're gonna start with the roller needs to be number one.
我们从一开始，
Number one, we start number one.
一。So 这个 attachment 呢是做面条的 attachment。那
You do one and then you
我
can do the rest, okay?
我家里有。那如果你们需要的话，I strongly recommend just getting this whole set. Okay? KitchenAid stand mixer. We're not again sponsored, but you know, he's had his for 25 years.
I've had mine for over 15 years. So.
I've had mine for like maybe close to 10 years. I think 10 years.
So you feel the pasta. It's so beautiful. Like feel.
Okay, 然后我们现在就
See
是
the difference, right?
cut a little piece. Okay, so now
So now we're gonna cut sheets for cannelloni. We're gonna do sizes. So this one we're gonna do one.
all right.
Okay, so we're gonna start by, we gotta cook the pasta now.
So we have boiled water.
Boil water.
热水、开水，然后我们现在开始煮我们的
Little hot.
面条。
So we've got boiled water, and you're gonna salt the water. Now the water, when you make pasta, any pasta, whether it's homemade pasta or dry pasta, you need to salt the water like it tastes like the ocean, salted ocean water. That's what it has to taste like. So you gotta put a lot of salt.
要放很多盐进去，因为要像海水一样。
People make big mistakes with it. We also have, now we're gonna put our sheets of pasta in there. And I forgot one thing, I'm gonna duck down for a minute.
像海水一样。
So So you need your strainer.
Strainer.
So we're gonna put some sheets of pasta in the water.
Okay. We are going to make now the
Bechamel sauce. So bechamel sauce is traditionally Italian. It's an Italian sauce. French cooking also has a form of bechamel sauce. They do make it. They also make it with a white wine sauce, which is a beurre blanc sauce. But we are actually doing a bechamel. Bechamel I also use in my lasagna. That's for another day. But for today, we're actually going to top the cannelloni with it. So we're gonna we're gonna heat up this pot. And unfortunately, I'm gonna put the turbo engine on this fan. Totally changing this fan. That's the future thing.
Really?
Yeah, I need a quieter fan. So now this is actually gonna go right in here. It's a half a cup of butter.
Half a cup of butter.
Half a cup of butter.
So 半杯的黄油
Melt.
Let it melt. 让它融化.
Well, with letting people know how to make it,
Yeah, we need guidelines.
we need a little guideline. So I'm gonna get a little bit. I have like a third a cup of flour.
You don't want to
I
put
like
too much.
starting with less because you can't take it out. So now our butter is melted, and we're gonna put the
我们
flour
把
in there.
面粉放进去，所以刚刚他有
Josh, can you
说
get
是
some flour?
半杯黄油，所以我们
So
里
now
面有
you're
半
gonna
杯
cook
黄
the
油。
flour and absorbs. We need more flour now. You see, it's not thick enough. So now we're gonna add some more, little by little.
所以半杯黄油和半杯的面粉。那刚刚我们放了大概2/3杯，现在我们
See,
再
it's still
放一
liquidy.
些。
Gotta add a little bit more. So it is half a cup of flour, half a cup of seed. Now we start adding cold milk.
然后我们放冰冷的，
Yeah.
牛奶。
Start bringing it together like this.
所以我们现在在加奶。
You're gonna need.
So how many cups of milk do you
You're
add?
gonna use about almost. You're gonna use 2 cups of milk minimum, and then maybe more. Depends on how you want it. So now after this, we stir it around. I'm gonna get to the whisk.
啊，
Oh, oops.
Because it will thick and then you cook it.
所以我们现在把奶加进去了。奶加进去之后呢，就拿一个 whisk 手来搅拌它。
Whisk. So we're gonna put a little bit of white pepper.
OK， 我们现在来加胡椒粉，白胡椒粉。所以我们来走近一点，哦，走近一点点。
And we're gonna put, because you have to season everything that you use. It's not okay just to salt one thing. You have to salt everything you make because then it's all seasoned equally. And when you put it together, it will never be over seasoned.
来看一下这个 consistency，就是有这样子滴答滴答的 consistency。Oh, that's fresh nutmeg.
Fresh nutmeg.
You know, I heard like nutmeg is a hallucinogen,
Really?
and if you like eat too much of it, you actually will get high
I
on it.
bet you can like make a tea out of this and go crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So anyways,
You learn
I
something
take the
new.
nut and I grate it in.
OK。Wow, this is cute. 蓝色的还蛮可爱的。
You like it, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's cute.
So I actually like to grease my pan. So I don't like when I bake things and then it sticks to the pan. So I'm gonna put a little olive oil in each pan.
OK， 所以我们现在在这个烤盘里面放橄榄油。我们先 ，so but you can essentially use any oil,
Any oil.
just like as long as like Pam or something.
You can spray it too. I use Pam sometimes too. Sometimes I don't want to like have to dirty my hand, and I use Pam too.
So anyways, just like to grease it a little.
Grease it a little bit so that when you do bake it, it's not sticking to the end. What I'm gonna do now is before we start assembling all the cannelloni, we're actually going to put some sauce at the base of the pan to make sure that there's sauce that's gonna be underneath the cannelloni. So you're gonna take a spoon of sauce.
So we're gonna take sauce and just put it all over the bottom.
All over the bottom. So you do use a lot of sauce.
So 我们把红酱放在烤盘的最底下。
We're gonna get
好，然后我们现在拿
sheet of
pasta，
pasta.
把它放在这个布上面，然后我们要 dry it
and dry it a little bit, give it a little pat. Then you're gonna take some filling, a little spoon of filling.
把它放在中间。
You don't want to overfill, but you need enough.
Is that enough?
You can put a little bit more. You don't have to be that stingy.
I am stingy.
I know, you want it to last, but there's a lot of filling there.
Yeah, you
And then we're gonna take the pasta and then you're gonna roll it. Okay? You're gonna put the edge side down in the pan. Just like that. Put our cannelloni in the pan. And we're actually going to now top with sauce. Okay, before we put it in the oven, you want to top it with sauce.
So 我们这个很香很香的 sauce， 把它全部淋在上面。这一盘呢是肉的，然后我们那边的素的 cheese 的还在 rolling。
Put the sauce on top. Then you're gonna get your bechamel sauce.
The bechamel
Big,
sauce.
gorgeous sauce, and you're just gonna drizzle it.
Wow.
My daughter, remember I told you before, doesn't like cheese, so this one's gonna be cheese-less. But this one, we're gonna put cheese on top. So then you're gonna cover it, and you're gonna bake it for at least a half an hour in the oven. After a half an hour, you're gonna take the top off and let it bake uncovered for 15 minutes.
Okay. So 我们要把它盖起来，要拿一个 aluminum foil, right? Like yeah. So 我们拿锡纸把它盖起来，然后放进去烤半个小时，然后再把锡纸掀开，再烤15分钟。Okay, so 刚刚烤了30分钟，半个小时。Oh wow, look at the steam. Wow. So we are going to 把这个锡纸打开，然后呢再接着烤。Still bubbling. So 我们今天的成果就是这个 Italian 春卷。Italian, can you say it?
Cannelloni. Cannelloni. So we have the meat and we have cheese. So you can have one of each. You don't have to choose.
So 我们这边的是 meat， 然后这边的是 cheese， 然后上面呢 we did a little dressing， so 用多余的番茄这个 sauce 来把它 plating。What do you know? So we would have had time to make an appetizer to serve it with.
Of course.
But no, we're running out of
Of
time.
course, you know, like we showed you at lunch, a beautiful.
Could have did the salad with it.
You can absolutely do what we had for lunch. You could do ahead of time and make that to accompany the cannelloni. You can do a beautiful platter of cheese and salumai, which is just really nice with a fresh piece of bread. But definitely the arugula salad is something that would be lovely with it. Wash it all down and just enjoy with a beautiful glass of wine.
Okay.
So let's dig in. I think everybody wants to dig in and eat. And
Here, we'll get Josh.
We'll get like
Our food taster to
get
taste.
some forks here. Here we go.
I'm gonna be like, this is terrible.
Get some forks. It's a little hot. It's definitely hot. So you've got the
Sausage.
the meat one. Yes. And it's so tender. The pasta is so soft.
好软的 pasta. Oh.
That is delicious.
Is it delicious?
The pasta is
Melts in your mouth.
melts in your mouth.
I know.
The filling is like perfectly spiced. I mean, it's so good.
Oh my
It's
god,
not-
the meat one is so good.
It's so good, right? I love the meat one. The meat one's really good.
Let me
And
try
what
the cheese.
makes it even better is if you put cheese in it.
8 ball.